All right, so we're right on to our headliner. So our headliner, if I can get this to work, there we go, is none other than Chuck Zimmerman. He's worked a lot of different jobs, from a garbage man where he got lunch and a six-pack a day plus $10, all the way up to being the vice president of sales for a multi-million-dollar marketing firm. And if you don't know Chuck, you're in for a real treat. But if you do know him, then you know this is going to be something to be remembered. He currently serves as the vice president of Diversitech Solutions. He's a father and a bacon lover like I am. So give him a round of applause as he comes to talk to us this evening. Get up here, Chuck.
Thank you. All right, so before we get going, I've got pads of paper and I've got pens there. I all want you to grab a pad of paper and a pen real quick. For you guys sitting in there, it's right behind you, okay? And then what I want you to do is I want you to start a sentence with "you are," and then write something positive about someone. I don't care who it is, it's a general statement, but just put "you are" and then something positive. And then as soon as you get done, fold it up. Okay. Okay, so as soon as you get done, fold it up, fold it in half. Okay? Now pass it to somebody. And then that person pass it to somebody, and then that person pass it to somebody. I know you guys can do it. It's not that hard. All right, now, time's up. Sit back down. Okay, so now go ahead. You got it passed to you. Now open it up and go ahead and read it. All right. All right. Stop talking. Back up here. All about me. All right. So, what you read, did it make you feel good? What you wrote, did it make you feel good? But how come 85% of our thoughts are negative? 85% of our thoughts throughout the day are negative. And we complain about everything instead of doing that right there. Okay? Because that's one of the choices that we make. Okay? I can put this down because that's the only slide I got because I'm lazy. So, that's one of the choices that we make, is we can either be positive or we can be negative, and we always go to the negative for most people. Okay? So I'm going to talk to you about some of the choices that I made in my life and how it kicked my ass and how I learned from them and moved forward. Okay? So when I was 2 weeks graduated from high school, my mom and dad told me to stop drinking and doing other things or move out. I was 18 years old, so what do you think I did? Right? Because I got it going on, because I knew what was going on. So I moved into an apartment with 6 other dudes, and it was 2 bedrooms. Right? 18 to 21. All I have to say. Okay? I was younger. I was a Cub Scout. I got kicked out. But I learned at a very young age, being a Cub Scout, that when the kitchen carpeting in a 2-bedroom apartment with 6 guys living in it is on fire, water puts it out. So I learned that. So I went there and I put out the fire, but the problem is we didn't burn the place down. We flooded the pizza joint below us. Okay? Yeah. So we were asked to leave there. I left there. That was a choice that we did. I made a choice to put out the fire, right? But I also made a choice to flood the place. Good decision, bad decision. I had to learn from that, right? So what was the lesson that I learned? Less water. Less water, okay? So, but I moved out, okay? I had no place to go. I was 18. I didn't have a job because I got fired from it because I just couldn't show up on time because I was living with 6 other guys in a 2-bedroom apartment, okay? I had a 1977 Dodge Adventurer pickup truck. So that's what I was living in. And I ended up continuing doing the drinking and other things. And I woke up one morning in this strange house, and I had no idea where I was at. And then, you know how people use the term literally in the wrong context? Right? Well, I literally lost my truck. And I literally lost my truck. I woke up one morning, and I had no idea where it was at. Okay? Bad choice, right? So what did I learn? Sleep in my truck next time. Okay? So the next thing I know is I had gray corduroys, I had Converse on, and I had a flannel shirt and I had a t-shirt. And that's all I had. I had no place to go. So I was homeless for about 6 months. And it was coming into November, and it was it was in Illinois. So I don't know if anybody's heard of Elburn, Illinois. There was a Lions Park, and I used to go there and go to sleep in Lions Park because there was a big tractor tire with a piece of plywood over it. Okay, and that was the sandbox, and they put the plywood over for the cats, which I appreciated because they must have thought that I was going to sleep there, and they didn't want me to sleep in cat poop. So I would go in there, and I'd climb under that, and I remember one night falling asleep, crying my eyes out. I was 18 years old. I didn't know what the heck was going on, and I was thinking, what a piece of crap I was. What a piece of crap I was to myself, to my brother, because him and I were really tight and he had no idea where I was, to my mom, to my grandparents, pretty much the whole human race out there. I was thinking, what did I do? What choices did I make? How did I get here? Right? So I had to learn from those choices. How many of us has been in that same situation? Good. 2 people. Awesome. Bad. Bad choices. Okay? So been in that situation. Not a lot of us have been in that situation. Well, I was in that situation, and I've had to figure out, okay, what do? I can keep making the choices that I'm making, or I can start trying to figure out how to make different choices, because every time something happened bad to me, what did I do? It wasn't my fault. Yeah, went like that. It was somebody else's fault, right? So then I didn't learn that lesson right away in that 18 years old, because I was 18 and I still knew everything, okay? But I started coming out of it. I moved in with an individual that got me into carpentry. However, he paid me with the other things, not the alcohol. I had to pay for that myself, but he gave me the other things, which created more issues for me, right? So he realized that if he paid me with that, I could work 20 hours straight without having to do anything, and then I'd have to sleep on the job. Another bad choice, right? You guys are thinking, what the hell are you listening to this guy for? Okay, so another bad choice. So I had to learn, I had to come out of that. It took me, that was in 1987, okay? It took me another 10 years to continue to make bad choices in and out of my life through those 10 years. And then it was 10:30 at night, February 25th. Okay, I was driving home from the bar saying, I can't make this choice anymore. I can't do that, right? So I woke up the very next morning, and I was older then, so I learned that I had to stick with not making the choice and not justifying, defending why that was a good choice for me, right? So the very next day I woke up, I stayed strong to that choice. I stayed strong to myself for the first time in how many years, and I was still in Illinois, I went to the rehab facility to where I said, I need help, okay? And Linda Pepper was the person that talked to me and that put me in there, and she says, you're not that bad, you need outpatient. And I'm thinking, can you imagine the choices those people that made for me that had to go to the inpatient, right? So that night, I had to go, and I was there at 5 o'clock, okay? So I had to show up at 5 o'clock, so I showed up early. I did not show up drunk. I decided I was done. That was my choice. I decided I'm done, no more, right? But I went stoned. And I sat there, and I sat in rehab, and I figured, okay, if I'm going to be successful with this, I probably got to change all my choices, all my behaviors, and start looking at life the real way and trying to figure out how to make my life better instead of trying to handicap my life and just do enough to get by, right? So February 25th is my sober date. February 26th is my all the other stuff date. Okay, so I get to celebrate like 2 birthdays. And what I do is I eat a big cake and I eat them both days. Okay, so transfer addiction, right? Okay, so now I did that. I made my choices. I had a real hell of a life. Now I'm deciding, and I started living life. Okay, what choices can I make to start affecting my life, to start improving myself? The first thing I did is I started figuring out, how can I start making better choices for everybody else in my life and start serving them better and start incorporating how to give back to them? Because I learned when I make it all about me, I make pretty bad choices. And when I start making it about everybody else, I start making good choices because I start hearing good things about me. Not because I want to hear good things about me, but because people are coming up and they're not writing down on a piece of paper what's good about me. They're just going ahead and saying it because I'm not forcing them to. So the next time you're seeing something that's going on out there, instead of having to write a piece of paper, make a different choice and say something positive to somebody. And that's where all that intention, what these guys were talking about, everything, it's going to come to life naturally, authentically. Okay? So make better choices. 9 seconds. I'm out. Oh, wait a minute. Mark Whitaker, happy birthday.
Wow.
Well, I wonder what it's like to be the rainmaker.
Wow, that was awesome.